Two Button Crew on this channel started back on May 21st, 2015. First video that Simeon and I uploaded was called The Nintendo World Championship Returns. That was episode 1, and we went for over 800 episodes, uploading every weekday, just talking about all the latest Nintendo stuff. But I've rewatched the first several episodes recently and just had a fun time doing that. I think something that kind of set Two Button Crew apart was that we created content in a way that was very evergreen. So even though we're not going to be making new podcasts and new videos, so many of those episodes are still just as fun to go back to and watch, and they'll always be there on YouTube, which is awesome. So I think a lot of Nintendo YouTubers these days are basically just making news videos, and they're doing a great job. They're killing it, but we didn't grow as fast because we were maybe not talking always about the newest things, but we were just talking about whatever was fun for us. Or, I mean, what do I have here? History of the Virtual Boy. We made that in 2015. Who else was talking about the Virtual Boy in 2015? So all that to say is the backlog is there for you guys. And yeah. Glenn, I'm sure you have some closing thoughts on Two Button Crew as a whole as well, right?
Yeah. So, Two Button Crew has been a really, it's weird how you kind of sign up for something. Heck, and I didn't even realize when I agreed to join Two Button Crew that I was going to be doing content regularly. I thought I was just I was asked to be a guest contributor for one article. And then, I've told this story before, but I was asking Scott, which of these articles do you think would be best for the blog? And he says, just do all of them. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, that's what I agreed to. But, Two Button Crew has been, it's one of those things where it's kind of crazy for me to think about, because I think it's genuinely something that is going to be like one of those things that was never super successful. I don't think we ever broke 2,000 subscribers. But, not successful, there are different definitions of success, but it never blew up. It never took off. But the thing is, I think that this has been like foundational to me realizing, because one of the things is it's really hard to put yourself out there, because you think that, what if everybody hates me and then I'm just known for this one thing that everybody hates? And, I've put stuff out there that people didn't like. I've put stuff out there that people did like. And the thing I realized is that through Two Button Crew is that people actually are interested in what I have to say. They are interested in my thoughts and my opinions. And, that as someone who wants to like make video games for a living, who's basically peddling his thoughts to people, not in the same sense as like a podcast would, but, it's not necessarily peddling my opinions like on a podcast, but coming up with stuff in my head and putting it out there in the public space for people to see, and getting to have that experience of doing that and people responding positively to it. I honestly think that I'm way more comfortable doing that, like undertaking business ventures and stuff like that, just because I've already done it through Two Button Crew, and Two Button Crew offered me kind of a safe place to do it. And the other thing that Two Button Crew taught me is that if you screw up and you put something out there that's not that great, probably no one's even going to pay attention in the first place.
Well, you were an amazing partner to have through this journey, and you have carried Two Button Crew for the last couple of years when our video show shut down and you wanted to keep the podcast running. So I appreciate that. You did a lot of legwork with the prep and the editing and the outlining and every aspect. So I'm thankful for you taking that responsibility from me. Also glad that you got that experience as well. I think it will continue to serve you. And yeah, just thankful for your support. And on that topic, I wanted to shout out some of our...
wait, hang on. I know Nathaniel is an honorary member of the crew, but I just wanted to take a moment to thank him for basically being my enabler when you weren't around.
Yep.
Of course, I've enjoyed my time with the crew. It's been a lot of good times. It's great to build stronger relationships with you guys and make new friends. And
yeah, I mean, to be honest,
whatever.
we weren't really friends. I don't mean that in a harsh way, but
Right.
we weren't really friends before doing Two Button Crew.
Right, yeah, we met via my YouTube channel because of my wife, essentially. So that's such a funny, like, roundabout way for us to, like, become acquaintances, but then we became friends through doing a podcast, which is pretty wild. So I really appreciated getting the opportunity to be on here. I am sad to see it go. Obviously, it's not doesn't have near as much to do with me as it does with you guys, but I have grown to appreciate being a part of this group and getting to have a place where I can try to talk out some of the ways that I think about some games and stuff like that. So it has been a lot of fun, and I appreciate you guys giving me a platform to do that on and getting to hang out with you guys. And we'll definitely have to figure out ways to interact outside of this in the future, because I don't see any reason why I wouldn't want to be around you guys anymore after we're done with this. So
Yes.
thanks a bunch.
Yep. And just to keep the gratitude train chugging along here, I would be remiss not to go over this short list of shoutouts. So these are friends that we made along the way. We always had the best comment section, the most supportive people, both with their time, financially, on Patreon, all that. Crazy K, Dan Tappan, Enrique Lopez, Flapjack, Game Over Jesse, J-Man, Leap, Matthew Mason, Paul Washke, Rachel Wakelin, Sai, Sparkling Cyanide, Thierry, and T-Mac Music. Also, I'm positive that I'm missing some people, but my memory is so bad. And of course, I'm talking about friends over 800 plus videos. So, these people that I've mentioned here are just some of the most faithful and people that I will definitely miss interacting with. But I'm not disappearing off the face of the earth. I might be working with Nintendo Force Books in the future, so keep an eye on that outlet. If that doesn't work out, then obviously still check them out. They're putting out great books like The Impact of Iwata. But yeah, Lucas and I are talking about some ideas. On the topic of books, my second novel is out, Gates of Eternity. It's a continuation of my first novel, Spire of Tyranny, so those are there if you enjoy fantasy fiction. And then I'm looking to go to a retro video game convention being put on by Retro Rick in Conway, Arkansas. I know it's maybe a random place for a lot of people, but Retro Rick is one of my favorite YouTubers now. He's
Arkansas,
awesome.
that's not that far from Oklahoma.
Well, what are you doing Saturday, October 12th and Sunday, October 13th? Maybe check it out. So if anybody's there, we might be able to meet up. But all that to say that we'll see each other around one way or another. So thanks for all of your support over the years, to everybody listening and to everyone who has been part of the crew. All right. Well, love you guys.
And thank you very much for listening to the Two Button Crew podcast.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.